So thanks to everybody at Worlds Apart, here I am in the back issue department with unprecedented access. Of course, this is all a fabulously state-of-the-art shopping experience now, but it wasn't always the case. As I look around here, I'm just, nothing's really changed in my mind. I can still see how things used to be, where rather than all these fabulous fittings and fixtures, there used to be old dusty cardboard boxes on the floor, where you'd just rifle through, and so many treasures used to be available, and for pennies, frankly. I mean, you could go away with an armful of stuff. I remember, boxes full of like 2000 AD back issues, and they'd be mixed in with stuff like old Starlog back issues, Fangoria, Marvel's Epic, Vampirella, all of that kind of stuff, heavy metal. There was no limit as imports, all kinds of stuff that you'd never find anywhere else, and that was the sheer joy of this place, this first speciality shop in Birmingham, and indeed in the UK, as I mentioned. So it's only right and proper that I should come back here after being a customer for 30 plus years. Because this is kind of where everything started for me. As I said, this is where my dad used to bring me every weekend, and this is where I'd spend all of my Saturday mornings, just for as long as I could string it out, and just go through meticulously absolutely everything there is to go through. And so as I stand here and I look back at 100 years or more of comic books, it gives me such pleasure. It's just an absolute joy to be able to reach back and legitimately fetch something off the shelves that I never ever thought would happen. So it's not news. Superman 78 has finally hit shelves. It's something that we never thought we'd see, especially me. It just seemed like a pipe dream, and it's right that it should be now. I mean, the timing couldn't be better, really. I mean, the state of the world that we're in now, we could do with some good, positive, good old-fashioned comic book throwback, and boy, do you get it in this. It's the fact that there are so many Superman comics out there, and for more than 80 years that's been the case. But to have actually something in my hands that is set in the Superman movie continuity is pretty special. What we affectionately know now more than ever as the Donnerverse. And the Donnerverse has produced so much fabulous stuff. Obviously the first two movies themselves, and what we have here is a continuation of the themes and the characters and the style set by those two films. It's gloriously done. I've had a quick rifle through it. I've been up all night reading reviews when I should have been getting some sleep, because I knew I was coming here today. I should be much more polished. But what a joy. I flicked through it, and I tell you what makes it, just at a glance, because I'm not going to go, well, I'll do a quick flick through the pages, because I'm not going to do any spoilers, but already I see all these little kind of cutaway asides. There's a gorgeous little panel where like a hot dog vendor squirts mustard on somebody because the alien Brainiac lands, and it's just a perfect 70s comedy moment, and from what I can see, it's riddled with it. All credit has to go to writer Robert Venditti, artist Wilfredo Torres, because they have done what a superb job. I mean, it could have gone anyway, couldn't it? It could have been a disaster. It could have been, but for example, that page alone. I mean, the shirt rip, we maintain that kind of thing where Clark Kent runs down an alleyway, opens his shirt, does the reveal. I mean, the only thing that doesn't happen when you open it up, it doesn't play the theme. That's the only kind of drawback that seems to be present. It is so nice to see Christopher Reeve back in action after all these years, and my kind of blue sky for this, my ideal, is that it's a 6-part series, which doesn't seem like much, but when ultimately when the collected volume comes out towards the end of the year, hopefully it will be like the comic adaptation, or a comic adaptation of the movie that we never had. Bear in mind that because of the legalities still at play with the property of the Superman movies, it's still a case that the legal issues haven't been sorted. So there still, to this day, isn't a comic adaptation of Superman the movie and Superman 2. 3 and 4 are a different matter altogether, and they exist, but that's another thing entirely. But so to have this Superman 1.5, if you like, is just an absolute blessing. I'm so grateful for it. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy the variants that they've got. I'm going to buy every damn thing because I'm obviously I'm the target audience, and you know they saw us coming, and I'm not alone in this endeavor. I'm sure you know everybody that's got this is what I'm talking about. It's kind of like the whole nostalgic thing. I mean, the place, nostalgia and comics, the time, now, the subject, you know, 40 years plus. It's just, yeah, there's some kind of serendipity about the whole thing. You know, that it's just fabulous, absolutely fabulous. I couldn't give a better description than that. You know, as you look through it, like I say, you just get taken straight back. The style and the pace of the comic matches the movie so perfectly. And Torres, the artist, he came to fans of the Donnerverse attention a couple of years back by doing these beautiful like vignettes of Superman the movie that he put on Instagram, and his ability to kind of put across really good likenesses and body language and character with a minimalist style that he has is a real achievement. And you know, it just occurs to me that it's been put together with love. It's been put together with by guys like me, like us, who, I mean, I don't think you'd be able to do it without the love. The love is so important. I mean, the love is obviously paramount, really. You couldn't do it without. So thank God these two lads have come along and they've done such a superb job. Jordan Belair as well, I should mention him for the colours, because again, he's somebody that's managed to like just do that lovely kind of 70s kind of glaze over the top of it to give it that finish. So yeah, it's just it's a great book. The reviews I've read say it's the best Superman book you'll read this year. Obviously that's written by somebody as completely biased as I am. So I don't know how much stock you put into it, but it kind of wouldn't matter. I mean, it's just I'm just so glad that it's here, because remember, this is how Batman 66 started out. Batman 66, after a, you know, God, was it even 50 years later, once the rights had reverted back to Warner's, they put out a plethora of new material, starting with the Batman 66 comic book. So one can only hope that this leads to all kinds of new product coming out in future. But honestly, who cares? Because it's just, as I say, it's a special moment to come into my local comic shop, to be able to see this on the shelf, to be able to put it on the counter. You know, you could get digital if you want to, sure. I mean, it's available, you know, download it to your heart's content. But, you know, an old-fashioned guy like me loves to come to his local comic shop, take the issue off the shelf. You know, that initial discovery, that buzz is still there for me. I don't think it'll ever go, actually, that kind of, that joy of discovery. To be able to take it off the shelf, put it on the counter and take it away and take it home. You know, it's been the same for me since 1986 when I first came here and I bought a copy of Man of Steel 1 and the Starlag issue with Superman 4 on the cover, and I was one happy fanboy that day. And it's just the same for me today. So thanks to everybody at Worlds Apart. I mean, look at this is superb. Unprecedented access. I'm so excited. Thanks to everybody here. Thanks to Joel. Thanks to Dave. Thanks to all the management for allowing me to come here and disturb their morning when they should be restocking. Support your local comic shop, people. Get out there and start buying, because if this flies off the shelves in a very similar way to Batman 89 did, by the way, there's not a copy of Batman 89 to be found anywhere in Birmingham. So find it, buy it. Let's get it back out there. Superman 78.